in this video, I'm going to be doing another reaction to one of Dr. Rena Malik's video. This time, it's about a study that says that this body part is correlated to penis size. I already know what that body part is because I got a big one, the nose. A lot of people think that it's the hands or it's the feet or it's, the fingers or whatever it is. No, it's actually the nose. So I want to see what she actually has to say about this study. So I think it'll be interesting. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. Here we got Dr. Rena Malik again. She's a very popular doctor, YouTuber. She has about 1.5 million subscribers. I've done a couple videos on her and she's actually pretty interesting. I think she's kind of like on and off the mark a lot of the times, but I think she's on it most of the time. So yeah, I subscribe to her channel. I think it's very interesting. So yeah, let's go ahead and react to this video. It says like, you'll never believe this, a bigger I think there's a mystery there, equals a longer penis, question mark. So let's see what she has to say about this.
You will never believe the study I just read. It looks at how a completely unrelated body part correlates with penile length. I want you to pause the video right now and comment below on what you think it is.
Yeah, I mean, big spoiler, I already spoiled it, but it's it's the nose. I know about this. I've known about this for a long time. Mainly because I have a big nose. And on top of that, I do PE. But in any case, like, I've gone out with girls. In fact, the other day I had gone out with a date with a girl, and she was like, because I had put my size on my Tinder profile just to kind of mess around, and we matched up because of that. And she was like, let me see your hands, like, let me see, I want to make sure that that you're not lying or stuff like that. And she was asking me all these questions, trying to compare my hands to hers, and my hands are like just regular size, so it's not the hands. A lot of the girls who actually look at guys' feet, so it's a little kind of sucks because they'll see if you have like big shoes or little shoes, and they're gonna basically in their mind they're gonna say like, if you have little shoes, that means you have a small one. If you have big shoes, it means you have a big one. But apparently the science actually doesn't say that, doesn't confirm that, but it does confirm that the nose actually does have a lot to do with it.
In this study that was conducted in Japan, they took 136 men who had recently passed away, and during their autopsy within 3 days, they looked at a certain number of measurements.
Okay, so interesting. So so apparently they're looking at Japanese men. So I don't think they rank very high in the world average penis size already. But I think it's going to be interesting because those were actually cadavers. So I'm guessing they, when they meant like penis size, I guess they meant like flaccid. And this means this, pretty morbid. But this is like, like dead flaccid, I guess. Because obviously they can induce an erection. Maybe they did stretched. I wonder if she mentions this, like whether they measured it flaccid or stretched or what.
And these were all men between the ages of 30 and 50. They looked at the length of their penis when in the flaccid state and in the stretched.
Okay, that is hilarious. Imagine you're the fucking the person that's conducting the study. You literally gotta go to the fucking Japanese dead guy, and you gotta go grab on his dick and fucking pull it and then measure it while this guy is fucking dead. That's fucking morbid. I'm fucking crazy.
State. They also looked at the weight of their prostate as well as their testicles and this other body part. And the reason they thought to do this study was that they previously looked at penile length over the course of the lifetime. They found that penile length grew until about adolescent, where it really slowed down increasing. It remained the same during middle age and then slightly decreased as people aged.
Oof, brutal. So apparently, yeah, your dick, apparently your penis gets smaller as you get older. This is probably due to a little bit of atrophy because you're not using it as much. You're not getting as many nighttime erections. As you get older, your testosterone levels go down, so your libido goes down. And I don't know if you guys remember in my other video that she actually said that as you get older, your penile tissues actually become more elastic. So you would think that they may actually become longer, which is why in that other video I was like, wait, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But here she's saying that basically as you get older, the penile length basically starts to shrink, and which is, in my opinion, it's important to take Cialis, daily Cialis, and also use a vacuum erection device to kind of offset any sort of potential loss as you get older.
They then thought to look at this particular body part. And interestingly, they found that this particular body part was correlated with all the measurements they took except for the penile circumference. Interestingly, height, weight, and all the other factors they measured were not correlated with penile.
So not height, not weight. I mean, weight obviously doesn't. I don't think that really matters. Not like fucking ears, none of that shit. So let's see what she says it actually was.
Length. And this was the only organ that was actually correlated with penile length. Can anyone guess what it is? It's the nose length. So what they did was they measured the nose length from the midpoint of the nose all the way down to the left and down to the right, and they picked the longer length. And we in urology as researchers use stretched penile length as a surrogate marker for the length of an erect penis.
Yeah, and I've said this a lot in my other videos, and that's why using the bone press stretch flaccid length is very much, it's an indication, almost like the same length as a bone press erect length. And you want to do bone press because, you have a fat pad and all that, so it kind of takes away all those variables. And obviously measuring when you're soft is a lot easier, especially in the clinical setting. The guy doesn't have to get injected, they don't have to get an erection. It's a lot easier to measure.
So generally your stretch penile length and your erect length are about the same. So the bottom line for this study is that the determination of penile length may be determined before birth because it's not correlated with age, height, or weight of the person.
Okay, so her last comment there was actually pretty interesting. She basically said that the penile size is basically encoded in your genetics and determined before before you're born, while you're in the womb, essentially. And we know that that's true, but there's also another thing, which is like the androgens from the mother. So it's not just pre-encoded. Like a lot of environmental factors actually dictate final penile size for a boy. Interesting in the context that apparently penile lengths have gone up over the last few years. So I wonder, I don't know, I'm just speculating here, if like basically men with bigger dicks are conceiving more, or having kids more, they're hooking up more. That makes a lot of sense. I think like instinctually, like girls always try to go for the guys with like it's like an evolutionary thing, right? Like they want the men that are a little bit more like virile and healthy. And what some of those indicators are like, hands and feet, and I guess, nose to those girls that actually know about this. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. So I just wanted to make this quick and dirty video, kind of reacting to this. I hadn't seen this before. I knew that it was the nose, and so I kind of spoiled it for you at the end. But hey, if you have a big nose, more likely that you're packing. So hey. I put another one, in fact, that it may not be that sightly. And honestly, like, I don't think girls really care. Like, as a guy, if you have a big nose, there's that actor, Adrian Brody, who has a big nose. I wonder if he's probably packing, according to this. So, that's pretty hilarious. So anyways, yeah, if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure to check out these other videos that are relevant to you, and stay tuned for more.